Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect, episode 163. Today's date is November 14th, 2022, and I am Duds, or Duds Versus, known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I'm Jimbo. You may know me as Jimbo Slice 23. So what have you been up to this week, Duds?
I'm gonna pull a Jimbo here.
What?
Not Minecraft.
You didn't do Minecraft this week?
An entire week. I have not, ever since my video went out, I shouldn't say I haven't played. I have played Minecraft. I've done nothing towards a video.
Oh, okay.
I have done nothing fun in Minecraft. So my Minecraft inspiration, even my interest in Minecraft this week has been next to null. This is one of the first times it's ever been extremely low. And it was just like, snap of the finger, gone. I was riding a high, getting the iron farm done, good to go. I felt the episode was pretty good. And then I tried to force myself to build a shop in the Channel 64 Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing I did looked good. I spent hours in a creative world. I have like 6 shop designs, and they're all garbage.
You don't like any of them?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I had this last season ripple effect. Building the Guardian shop was a bit of a challenge, but I was able to play off some of the designs that were already in the shopping center. So that ended up working out. And so I tried to play off some of the designs that are there now in the Oasis, and it didn't work. So I spent like 8 hours on Saturday just plugging away, forcing myself to the point where I turned Minecraft off and I said, I'm not getting back on the entire weekend. I'm done.
I get it. Hence the reason why he called it going to do a Jimbo. Is that what he's called it? Something like that.
Yeah. It's usually because you haven't had time to play Minecraft throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
This was me willingly rejecting Minecraft.
Yeah, I've been there. Like I've kind of lost inspiration as of late myself. I went on there a few times and tried to, I wanted to see the new stuff, so I made a new world to try to get back in the groove, but it just I don't know. Like one day, it was okay, but I didn't really get the inspiration back like I once had.
Right?
Mm-hmm. But it comes and goes. It seems like it, just like as fast as it went, like snap of a finger, that inspiration could climb back.
I kept thinking like, well, stop trying to force yourself to do something. Just do something
Mm-hmm.
Like I know how the Great Hall is gonna mostly look. So I can start doing detail where I couldn't bring myself to do that. Like my interest in the game in general just went gone.
Right.
I was like, I need to take a break from this. And it's very disappointing, especially when you have a YouTube channel dedicated to Minecraft and you have a podcast dedicated to Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want nothing to do with Minecraft, which is another reason we took a break last week. The main reason is Carl was behind and he's having some at-home stuff he's had to deal with. So we were like, okay, let's skip. And in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, thank God. I don't know if I could force myself to do a show today.
Yeah.
It sounds really bad, but I've always prided myself on like, I'm not sugarcoating anything to anyone. And I want you guys to know exactly where we're at.
Yeah.
At all times. And this is where I was at. It was a down week. Like it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of there. Like I want to play now, but I'm not playing until something starts pumping the creative juices, because I'm afraid I'm going to get back into the bleh phase.
Right. Yeah, it can last a while.
Yeah. Times
where I just didn't want to play, just kind of doing other stuff. But it kind of, I don't know, I guess too much Minecraft would be unhealthy. There's,
yes,
a lot of stuff to do when you live your life. So,
yeah, I mean, here's a little hint for the post show. We're not talking Minecraft. We're going to be talking about what distracted me from Minecraft this past week.
Oh, okay.
Which has me super excited. And I kind of hope you guys would want to sign up for the Patreon, even if it's just the $1 for a month, to hear some of that, because it's really it's got me super excited for the future. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm excited to hear it.
Jimbo has no idea. I just sprung it on him. I'm like, hey, we got a post show topic and it ain't Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is happening. This is happening, I said.
We never have a post show. Like, our post shows for the most part lately, have been hanging out with live listeners and editing some stuff. And it's been real fun to do some behind the scenes chat. But this time, we have something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds real bad saying, hey, our podcast doesn't have anything to talk about except for sometimes.
It's nice. It's nice in the post show to actually talk to the listeners, though.
Yes.
Even if it's through Discord, it's still cool.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, mine too. Get to talk with everyone that's like-minded in the subject of Minecraft, so
yeah,
we enjoy it.
Speaking of which, we need to do the half stack here soon.
Right. It's half the month.
We'll put ourselves on check.
Oh, we're on blast right now.
Yeah, we are.
You did that.
I did this. I'm stepping in for Carl this month. Daily half stack reminder.
Carl, where you at? The reminders. We're going to hear them all the time now. Might get them on the first.
Oh, yeah. Well, the good thing is, after this week, I'm off all next week. Entire Thanksgiving week, I'm good.
Yeah, I am not. I have to work all through, I think, this weekend all the way up till Thanksgiving. Then I get 2 days.
Oof.
Yeah, Thanksgiving and the next day. I believe. Might even get the weekend. I don't know.
We'll fit the show in somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm in town. I don't have to go out of town, so that's always nice.
Cool. Should we get into the news? Because we have a couple updates.
Yeah, a little bit happened.
22W44A. Some of the stuff that happened in this one changed in 45A, so we'll just kind of go over it. For the 119.3, changes happened to the monster spawners. No longer, when you give yourself a monster spawner in creative, is it a pig by default.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to worry about pigs constantly spawning. It's just a blank spawner, and you can click with your spawner egg and create custom spawners. Speaking of the spawner eggs, we get new eggs. We get the snow golem and the iron golem. Those can now be turned into monster spawners. We also get the wither and the ender dragon.
Yeah.
But those two spawner eggs are only available by command.
Right.
And I'll bring that up when we get to 45A because there's something I want to talk about dealing with those. This is where you could tell I did the notes at two separate times. I have creative inventory finalized, and then hint 2245A creative inventory finalized.
Yeah,
we'll just say creative inventory is supposed to be done by now. From every tweet I see, it's done. I'm excited, especially considering spending 8 hours in creative mode. The creative menu sucks, so having the new one, I'm so excited for that, and I'm really happy it did not take the ore generation turn where it was 5 months of tweaks.
Yeah, I agree with all the changes, but, just not on creative as often.
Exactly.
But I'm sure it's going to be so useful being in the right place.
Oh, yeah. From everything I saw to what I had to deal with this weekend, it would have made life a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
I hate building in creative. That's the downfall. If I'm building in creative, I'm at my wit's end. So
I feel like that's something they should give us a little sooner. Yeah, it's not like a big part of the update. Kind of like the skins ordeal.
Well, it's in the 119.3 update. It's not in 120.
Okay.
So we'll get it sooner.
All right. Yeah.
We're also getting some game rule changes. Some of them are kind of cool. So global sound effects, kind of like when you beat the dragon or spawn a wither, all that stuff, you can choose whether or not that to be global or just local. So not everyone's going to hear withers spawning.
Right. That's always weird.
Yeah. So I like that. Lava and water source now, you can change the creating the source block. So do you remember back when lava, you could create sources?
Yeah. No.
I
don't believe. I played when lava sources. You can make lava sources?
You used to be able to, and they turned that off.
Okay. Yeah, I've never played that way.
Now you have the ability to turn that back on.
Oh, okay.
And just like lava, you have the ability with water to turn it on and off.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want water to refill itself, you can turn it off. I like the idea of turning lava source back on, especially if you like having a nice looking nether. Of course, then again, you have lava farms with dripstone.
Yeah, that's why I probably wouldn't.
So I guess tearing up the nether is not that bad anymore.
Yeah, because we have lava farms now, I don't think duplicating lava. I mean, we're kind of duplicating it anyways. It just takes more time. Just drips down.
Okay.
A little bit extra steps, but
yeah, I mean, you're right. I got really excited for that because I remember that being a thing. And now it's like, oh, wait, we don't need that because there's other ways around it.
It's still pretty neat that you get the option.
Yeah. Snow accumulation, we can determine that height. So you can say, I want 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, I think all the way up to a full block. But snow won't accumulate over a block, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice like a trend to where they're kind of giving you more creative ability on your world than just, you changing it block by block.
Yeah. I really like the snow accumulation one because if you set the accumulation height higher than a certain range, I don't think mobs can spawn on it anymore because it'll act like a slab, carpet, trapdoor.
I think you need a couple layers of snow.
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3.
I think 2. Could be 3.
Yeah, so the fact that you could have natural snow fall down and make a non-spawnable surface for yourself is so much better than spawning snow golems and having them run around everywhere for you. Or making snow farms and stuff like that. The last game rule change, and easily my favorite, is the block/mob explosion decay. So we got a taste of this when they changed the rules for TNT. So you know how when TNT explodes, it drops everything and it explodes? Creepers don't do that yet. When a creeper blows up, it still only gives you a few of the blocks. Now you can change the game rules so the creeper explosion will give you everything. And this is something for SMPs I think should be turned on as a default. Because how many times have you been walking through an area that your friend built and accidentally had a ninja creeper fall on you and explode?
Yeah.
And then you try to repair the section and you just don't have enough blocks?
I mean, even at your base, things that you've built, it'd be nice.
This is true too.
To know that your blocks are safe, they're not blown up. It's always a bummer that there's a hole in the ground. Now you at least get your blocks to put it back.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a really good game rule that can be changed. 120. We have Chiseled Bookshelves work with hoppers, which is something I think everyone was asking for when we first saw the bookshelves.
Yeah, I saw the video on that. Pretty cool.
I liked it. Let's see, you can put books in from the top and the sides. It'll take books out from the bottom. You sit there and I kept trying to figure out a way to use the bookshelf as a
filter.
Book sorter filter. Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Because there's ways to do it with a shulker box. And I think if we have the ability to have a dropper put books in there or a dispenser to put books in there. So like with shulkers, an easy way to filter shulkers is have a dispenser. Is it dispenser or dropper? It's got to be, it's one or the other.
Dropper drops the item. Dispenser dispenses it.
Right, but I don't want... No, never mind. It's not. It's just a hopper. I'm stupid.
Okay.
We're recording on a Monday, guys. I've told you. Work days, my brains are fried. If you have a hopper pointing into a... Oh my god.
Shulker box.
A shulker box. Thank you. A shulker box won't go into the hopper. It'll move on to the next hopper. So that's how you filter out stuff that's a shulker box or not a shulker box. By having an already shulker box in there. If we had a way to get items... You know what? I'm just rambling now because my brain just said, nah, we're done here. You thought about Minecraft too long. See ya.
I think I know what you're talking about. Like, just drop the book onto the bookshelf and it pick it up or dispense.
Yes. If you could have the bookshelf, know it's a bookshelf and dispense it. If a dispenser could put the book in the bookshelf, it would. If a dispenser dispenses a grass block into the bookshelf, it would just float up. Because it's 2 blocks touching. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say before my brain short-circuited.
I think you're... I want to say dispenser.
Yes, I am thinking dispenser.
Yeah.
The problem was I kept thinking about the shulker box filter, and it doesn't even use either of those. It just uses a hopper.
Right. Yeah, it'd just be hard to keep other items out of the hopper.
Right.
Instead of a book.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to take a book down there, but the hopper holds everything, not just books. So it's going to get clogged.
Exactly.
It's not going to be able to filter.
Yep.
Yeah. But a dispenser would dispense the item. Yeah, unless there's other items in there that can be dispensed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It would dispense everything. But if it dispenses a book into a bookshelf, like the bookshelf would have to be placed at the hole of the dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a book, it'll go into the bookshelf. But if it's not a book, if it's, say, a grass block, it would act like a normal dispenser just shooting an item into a block.
Yeah.
And it would just go.
Yeah. Unless there's the only thing I'm thinking, like, if there's, like, arrows in the system.
Oh, no, you're right.
They're going to dispense arrows. You're going to lose those.
Right. It would make more sense to use a dropper since that system's already set up for that.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
Or water. Maybe a water bucket got in the system. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Okay.
Gonna spit water on your thing.
Good point.
Bookshelf. I guess.
Good point. I didn't think about that. And I should just use the dropper system.
We're trying to figure out this filter, everyone. If you're not... There's got to be a way to filter books into this bookshelf.
And the best part is none of this matters because it's all relying on Mojang to change the way droppers and bookshelves and dispensers work.
Yeah, it's not even set in stone. We don't know.
Right.
Just hoppers work with it.
All right. The final 44A 120 change is camels can pathfind over fences now, but they can't pathfind over 1.5 blocks. So you could have a block and a slab on top.
Yeah.
And they can't work their way out of there.
While riding it, you can.
While riding it, you can, but camels themselves cannot.
Right.
All right, that's all of 144A, or 22W44A.
What about the new Vex model? I noticed that.
That's on 45A, which we're now talking about.
Okay.
Vex model changed along with some of the skins. It's more adorable now.
Yeah, I never noticed, like when I saw the new Vex, I was like, oh, yeah, that looks like a Vex. And then I saw the old Vex, I was like, whoa. Yeah, that is completely different.
Yeah, supposedly it's been in the works for a while. They were just waiting for the right time to do it.
Yeah, and it looks similar to the LA.
Yes, and that was the whole point of it. The LA has been in the works for a while, too.
Mm-hmm.
The hitbox itself doesn't change, though.
Right.
As a way to make it easier to still kill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a little bit smaller than they were, but same hitbox.
Creative inventory, the one thing that changed between these two snapshots was the operator tab. This was big because in the creative inventory under the redstone section, you could get command blocks, barrier blocks, stuff like that. All of those got moved to the operator tab. And this is where I was thinking the wither spawn egg and the dragon spawn egg should probably go in this tab, considering this tab was specifically done for items you would give yourself with a command instead of getting out of an inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So it would kind of make sense to put this 2 spawn eggs that you have to give yourself with a command in this tab.
Okay.
Easy goes. We got new blocks.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
We got new bamboo blocks.
Bamboo blocks.
Yeah, my nose is now stopped up.
Yeah, so now they can be stripped.
Well, we never had regular bamboo blocks before. Now we have green blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And we have stripped yellow blocks.
Right. But I don't believe you can use the green blocks as anything but a solid block.
Correct.
Right.
There's no green stairs or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Which makes sense. It's now acting like a log.
Right.
In the whole tree variants.
Exactly. And that's one of the things I came across when I did my little 120 play through. I got bamboo, and I got a ton of it. Like, I had crap load of wood very early in the game. So, yeah, it is what it is. I kind of figured that would be like like you said, trash supply wood, where you crapped everything out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't decorate much with it, because I was like, I better put that away. Not ready for that yet. Yeah,
I've been contemplating going ahead and building a bamboo farm just to fuel my furnaces.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're being fueled by coal, and I really want an auto-renewable fuel source other than lava, because you still have to manually scoop out the lava.
Right. Yeah, sticks and bamboo aren't bad.
Yeah, they're not very good. I was going to say great, but they're not very good either, but...
Yeah, I always go with kelp.
I thought about kelp too, but you still have to dry it and then craft it into blocks.
Yeah. I always add, I don't know, the drying system to the farm.
Yeah.
So it comes out like that. It's easy to do. But yep, gotta craft them.
Yeah.
Most likely put them in a different chest. When we get an auto crafter.
I know, right? I would argue the crafting recipe book is the closest we're going to get for an auto crafter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm honestly not mad about that.
Because you'd get on there and just stand around while the game does everything for you.
Exactly.
Because you wouldn't have to do anything. You just get on there.
Yeah, I'm okay building farms to get resources for you,
Mm-hmm.
but getting farms to build things for you seems a little too much.
Auto builder coming 121.
Oh, yeah. The new skins we got, they're going to be available offline.
Yeah, saw that.
So that's good, especially considering Minecraft was down. At one point, when I was building the iron farm, Minecraft went down, but I was still able to log into the server. I just lost my skin. So for half an episode, I was Steve and no one knew.
What?
Yeah, mainly because I didn't use the footage, but yeah.
It'd be funny if you just had one scene where you totally forgot.
There might be a scene where you look at, I'm holding a block, and it won't be my gloved hand. It would just be Steve's.
It's a Steve hand.
Items on top of shulker boxes will now pop off when you open a shulker box. That was a glitch before. It's now fixed.
I saw that. I thought it was the opposite. Like you can put items on there without them popping off.
Nope.
Okay.
You put an item frame on there, it pops off. Same with a torch. No bueno.
Yeah.
And finally, horses will go through the portals without killing themselves.
That's a plus.
Huge plus. I always remember making giant portals for horses, and it drove me crazy because the horses would still find a way to get lodged in the side.
Yeah, I've done that once. Like the one time I had a horse.
The good thing about us recording this episode pretty late is there's an update that we actually get to talk about because it came out this afternoon. We're going to get playable mob sounds in the game.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
What's that mean, playable mob sound?
So if you have a skeleton head and you put it on a Noteblock, it'll play skeleton sounds.
No way.
If you get a creeper head and you put it on a Noteblock, it's going to play creeper sounds.
We don't want those. We don't want to do that.
Here's my one gripe, and I actually saw someone else mention it, so I'm going to mention Stardust Labs. We're getting Piglin heads, and to me, the thing is, in Minecraft lore, I have to use quotation marks, air quotes here, Piglins are, for the most part, a good society, unless you open their chests and steal their gold, or I guess come across a brute. They're willing to barter, and they're symbiotes and stuff, and the monster heads are monster heads. We kill these things to get their heads because they're bad guys. I don't view the piglins as bad guys, so killing a piglin seems a little wrong.
Yeah, because they're, I don't know, completely passive if, you're wearing gold.
Right.
You're like luring a piglin that trusts you. Yeah, it's kind of...
If you hit one, they all attack. So there is a little bit of things, but it was brought up that maybe we could use a zombie piglin head instead. Of course, those are entirely passive now that I think about it.
Right. But they're zombies. They're meant to be dead.
This is true. I guess if you call it a brute head, because brutes don't care about anything. They just want to kill. Then it wouldn't be so bad.
Or even, I can understand the nether, but, there's a lot of hostile overworld mobs, too.
Yeah. The only ones I know we've seen are skeleton, zombie, creeper, ender dragon, and now piglins. Basically, all the vanilla mob heads and piglins.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking pillager might be a good one.
Pillager would be a good one.
Because they're pretty, I don't know, they're spread out through the games pretty good now. Maybe that's why, because they're so spread out.
Maybe.
Like a Vindicator.
Vex. Vex sounds freak me out because they're so hard to kill.
They are.
Even with their hitbox. That's all I had under news. A lot of news.
Yeah, good bit of stuff there.
We actually have some listener comments. I want to start with LiinkRock. They say, haven't been able to use the new Minecraft launcher on my PC since it came out. Have tried so many fixes after searching my error message with no hope at all. I was scrolling the comment section of one of the videos and saw someone mention they had to install the Xbox app. I had taken it off when I was debloating my PC. This might help someone. Yes, the new launcher, I had to have the Xbox app also installed. I don't like the new launcher.
I have the Xbox app on my computer, but I can't recall using the new launcher.
You're going to have to soon, because I think they turned off the old launcher, at least for me. Like, I straight up can't open it anymore. It gives me an error message. but when I use the new launcher, it works fine. I say works fine. It takes the game like a minute and a half to start up.
Wonder why.
And it ramps my CPU usage to 100%. And I have a beefy CPU. I literally just upgraded my CPU, and it cranks it up to 100% just in the launcher. Once the game's up and running, no problems. And it's only this new launcher. The old launcher never did this.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to test it out. Usually I just do the same launcher.
Yeah.
I'll try it after the show. See what I get.
Would you like to read the next question?
Yeah, next question is from JesseW. They ask, greetings, I have a question. Do you think it's possible to get new weather? Like maybe sandstorms and deserts and dry haze like fog and Badlands? I'd love to hear what you think. JesseW has not died, but has actually managed to sleep in the nether somehow. The little thing they put on the end.
Sandstorms and deserts has been something I've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really cool. And I kind of think it would be cool to do a little damage.
To the player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of damage, just a little damage.
Right, because in reality, you wouldn't want to be stuck in a sandstorm.
No, right.
Any kind of storm in general.
But at the same time, if you were to use the weather system in Minecraft now, it rains too much.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you're constantly getting imagine us having sandstorms when our spawn town is in a desert. So now you're spawning with no armor, staying in an area consistently, constantly dealing with sandstorms. So the weather in Minecraft would have to change so it doesn't happen as frequently. It rains so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of, it makes you wonder if they would add some kind of, I don't know, protection. Like maybe you could just wear armor and be okay from the sandstorm.
I think a shield should be the biggest protection.
Yeah, maybe a shield.
To give the shield more usage.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of people, once they start getting totems of undying, they just drop the shield. So, I mean, this could be a good way. I mean, a totem is still better than a shield, but being able to walk around in a sandstorm with a shield seems like a better idea than taking damage, dying, and using a totem in a sandstorm.
I think that's something I've never really took advantage of before was the totem. Never really ran around with. Always needed my inventory space.
I usually always had one in an offhand,
and
then I would turn the render of it off because I didn't want to constantly see it.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a while, though. I haven't had a raid farm in a while. Fog. I want fog in swamps.
Oh, yeah. Even for ambience.
Exactly.
Like it would be a weather system, I guess. You know, just, I guess every, full moon a slime comes. Maybe every half moon there's fog.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd look really cool. Especially with some nice shaders. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that adds ambience, even if it's not so much a weather-based.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's technically fog in there, but it's not a...
It's render fog.
Yeah, it's render fog. That's no fun.
And our final comment is from Watermeloons. They say, hey duds, I'm sorry for the late message. I was meant to do this before, but I was playing dungeons on the Obsidian Pinnacle level and discovered that the Chiseled Bookshelf texture already exists. So they found it in Minecraft Dungeons. They sent a picture over Discord. It's the texture.
Same one, huh?
Pretty close. I think the wood detail's a little different, but yeah.
I didn't get to see it. I'll look for it.
That was real cool to see it
in
another game already.
Just shows you what all can be brought to Minecraft. That's from Dungeons, right?
Yeah. The Obsidian Pinnacle level.
Sounds like a high level.
You would think with a name like that.
Gotta be.
I think that's a DLC one. The end update DLC. I can't remember what it's called. Is it like Echoing Void or something like that?
That's the end, isn't it?
Yeah, but they have fancy names. Anyways, thank you guys for those questions. Those comments came from our Discord. It's the only place where you could talk to everyone who works the show easily. Just take Paragraph 8's word for it.
Hey there, I'm Para, and if you're enjoying the show and wish to get involved in the conversation, head over to the Withering Effect Discord. It's the best place to give your opinions on the topics discussed on the show, and who knows, you could even be mentioned on a future episode. Follow the link in the show notes and join today.
Thanks for the Discord ad, Paragraph 8. And speaking of the Discord, it's the only place you can get involved in our Mending Minecraft vote. This week, we asked you to choose between one of 3 mobs for us to discuss and improve. Your choices were tropical fish, armorer, or the wither.
And the winner of this week's Mending Minecraft is... Tropical Fish. Barely beat out Armorer, actually.
And I think if you go to the Discord and you look at the votes, Armor has more votes now. But
yeah,
they weren't in on time, so it doesn't count.
Yep, there was 19 for the Tropical Fish, 18 for Armor, and 6 for the Wither.
Yeah, no one wants to improve the Wither. It's already the best Minecraft mob.
And that effect it gives? Wow. Pretty insane. Anyways, a few things on the tropical fish. Tropical fish are common passive mobs found in oceans, mangrove swamps, and lush caves. There are 2,700 naturally occurring variants. Using commands, there's up to 3,584 visually distinct variants can be spawned. Pretty crazy when you think about it. That's a lot. Tropical fish drops as an item, and with 5% chance of dropping bone meal, that's in Java, and in Bedrock, 25% chance of dropping 1 to 2 bones. Lucky you! And tropical fish tend to swim in schools of fish, a maximum of 9 tropical fish per school. I think I've rarely seen 9. And the player may collect a tropical fish by using a water bucket on it, which gives the player a bucket of fish. Fish placed with buckets do not despawn naturally. When that fish bucket is used against a block, it empties the bucket, placing the water with that fish swimming in it. And that is all for the tropical fish. I feel like I'm missing something there.
I don't think you are. There's a lot of fish, though, and that's what brings...
Oh, I thought I cut off.
Oh, I see, because your notes, you put an extra dash down at the bottom.
Yeah, did I even finish this? I'm only supposed to do 1 note. That was, in the contract, but...
Yeah. Okay, so my first thing is I would like ways to lure specific fish. Maybe yellowfish are attracted to gold. So if you hold gold underwater with a bucket, yellowfish tend to come towards you. Maybe an iron nugget can lure whitefish or something like that. Different ways to lure different kinds of fish to make it easier on the collecting of the fish. I know there are people who try to collect every tropical fish.
Man.
That's nuts in itself.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, especially when you look at the numbers.
Yeah, something like this can make it a little easier. So I want to go with that. My next thing is, it's not necessarily tropical, but I would like to add the anglerfish to the deep ocean.
Yeah.
Just so we can get a little bit more variety for just squids out there.
Could even be hostile. Well, are they?
I have no clue.
They look like a hostile fish, but maybe passive.
They are creepy looking fishes.
Yes.
I've never heard of anyone getting bit by one, though.
Mm-hmm. If you think of giant piranha, that's what's in my head when I look at an anglerfish. But it's also got, the light that comes off.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's the same one.
Same one.
Pretty creepy. But can you put it in a bucket?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You can make little lights out of it.
Yeah, I guess you could. My final thing to add is an octopus. And I don't mean a retexturing of the squid. I'm talking, I want a mischievous creature. Something that if you have items near the shore, it'll come out of the water and take your items. Kind of like how dolphins will play with items in the ocean. This guy's going to be big on stealing stuff. And also can escape. So if you put it in a tank and it's not sealed, if there's a trapdoor, it can open trapdoors, climb out.
Or it can get through they can get through any crack.
Yeah, so if you use a slab, not a full block, it can get out.
It can get out.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool just to see an octopus swim up on the shore and take your fishing rod and then run back into the water.
Yeah, that would be comical.
I think it would be funny and bring some new life to beaches.
So would you find them in the lush cave?
No, you'd find them in the warm ocean.
Okay.
I don't know if octopus actually need to be in the warm ocean.
I have no clue.
Probably something I should have looked up. I just had this idea for an octopus for so long. I was like,
Yeah, as of right now, there's it's cool to collect the tropical fish. I mean, especially when usually you come across one where you're like, ooh, this one's pretty cool looking. If you want an aquarium, those are the ones you want to collect.
Mm-hmm.
As an item, there's really nothing for it. You seem to collect tropical fish as an item pretty often, but it's really useless. Can you feed them to cats?
I don't know.
But even then, it'd be easier to get a salmon or...
Yeah, I'm not very good at the pets in Minecraft. I've had dogs and I've had cats, and I just find they usually get in the way or they make too much noise.
Yeah, it's just best for them to stay home. Like, I'm flying now, dog. You know, I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to stay here.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's show. Before I have Jimbo read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Arrington Omni, Bobo Plays Games, Fragile Rock, Funky Llama, Casey Plays Games, Loki, Nathlak, and Viper's Tuna. If you too would like to get access to exclusive benefits and extra content each month, please consider joining at patreon.com/The Withering Effect.
And if you like his show, you could share it with all of your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, rate and follow so you never miss a future episode. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com, tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All of the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer, Carl. He helps make sure that the show ends up where it should be, and the amazing music you hear throughout the show is created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. Try to go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.